10 weird things about your body. Twitching eye. If you've ever gotten that annoying eye twitch, there's actually a reason for it. This tiny muscle spasm occurs due to the eyelash mites in your eye. Over half of the world's population has these microscopic creatures in their eyes. Not only can they make your eyes twitch, but they can also make your eyes itchy. To determine if you actually have these tiny mites, you'd need to look at your eyelashes under a microscope. Your feet don't stop growing. When you're in your teens, your feet usually stop growing. What you might not know, though, is that when you get older, your feet will start growing all over again. Over the years, the ligaments and tendons in your feet can start to weaken, and this causes your arches to weaken, making your feet get wider and longer. This won't happen to everyone. However, if you are overweight or you're prone to swollen feet and ankles, well, you can expect to go up at least a shoe size when you're in your 70s or 80s. Your insides can shift. If you've ever been on a roller coaster, you'd understand the feeling of nausea when the roller coaster twists and flips. This happens because your insides are actually shifting. The good news is that this phenomenon is not dangerous. The nerves in your insides detect the movement. This can make you feel sick, and in some cases it can result in you vomiting. Even if you don't get nauseous, you will at least feel your stomach has jumped into your throat. Old people smell is real. Studies have shown that there is a distinctive young person smell. There's also a distinctive middle-aged person smell, but the old person smell, it is much stronger and intense. Now, if you're thinking that the old person smell is bad, think again. It's actually a more pleasant smell than the smell of younger and middle-aged people. All right, something to look forward to with age, huh? Well, if you know an old person who does have an awful smell to them, you might be able to blame that on their cologne, or maybe they just need to take a bath. It's definitely not their natural old person smell, though. Your sense of taste is altered due to the temperature of your food or drink. Most people don't know it, but temperature can actually affect flavor. There are certain taste bud receptors that are more sensitive to the temperature of the food or drink. For example, you might love the taste of hot coffee, but room temperature coffee could taste very bitter. It's not uncommon for your taste bud receptors to change the true taste of the things that you eat or drink. Your joints can give you a weather forecast. You might not know this, but your body might be able to predict the weather better than your local meteorologist. This is because the pressure in the air, it drops right before it rains or snows. And this shift in pressure can make your joints begin to swell. For some people, this change is so minor that you probably don't even realize it. But if you have joint problems, or if you've ever had a broken bone, you'll feel that pain before it starts to rain. If you're planning an outdoor party or gathering, it's best to turn on the local news and check the forecast. You don't want to trust your joints on something that important. Your teeth will shift as you age. As you age, your teeth will begin to move. You suffer from bone loss the older you get, and this includes the bone behind your gums. So when you lose enough of this bone, your teeth can begin to shift on you. If you're a smoker, or if you suffer from gum disease, you might notice that your teeth are shifting even more. Even if you've had braces when you were a teen or a young adult, you can still expect your teeth to shift a bit. This is very upsetting to people who spent years to get their teeth perfect and straight. Number 8, your tongue and your fingers have something in common. Everyone knows that everybody has their own distinct fingerprint pattern. Fingerprints are used for a variety of reasons, such as police and detective cases, to unlock your smartphone, and even to unlock your front door in some cases. What you might not know is that your tongue also has its own distinct print. No two people share the same fingerprints or tongue prints. You shouldn't expect electronics or the police to start taking your tongue prints anytime soon. Thank goodness. That would be pretty gross and really unsanitary. Exploding head syndrome. At some time in their lives, some people will hear a very loud noise, but people around them may not hear anything at all. If you hear this loud noise and nobody else does, it doesn't mean that you are crazy. You might have something called exploding head syndrome. Now, it is rare, but it's actually a real condition, and in most cases, you'll hear the sound just once, and then never again. In other cases, it can happen time and time again. While there's no cure for the problem, you should at least let your doctor know what's going on if it happens often. Your brain has a big appetite and great needs. This is an example of the weird things you didn't know your body could do. Your brain has a huge job to do all day, every day. For such an important organ, it makes up only 2% of your body. Even though your brain is small, it still requires a great deal of your daily calories. In total, your brain requires at least 20% of the oxygen or calories that you consume. For such a small organ, this is a high number. You don't need to worry, though. If you consume too many calories, your brain is not going to get overweight. If somebody calls you a fathead, they're referring to something else. Subscribe for more.